is lesson 2 of the major 7, minor 7 chord study I was doing. I ended off on that song on, or a little segment of it, of a chord progression that uses the minor 7th and a couple of minor 7ths in that one. Moving to, I got 2 left before we start looking at the pages and talking about the chords a little bit and the voicings that are going to be real helpful, I think. The 2 left, I have one I have to drop D tune, which most of you probably have. Where you go? Take your D string, take your E string, and tune down to a D. No tuner. Sounds pretty good to me. So here's another one. Wasn't right. Okay, here we go. Until I get to the chorusy part on this. Okay, did you hear the major 7? So I go, this one. But the, it's so strong when the major 7th comes in. It's beautiful chords. So hopefully that was about a little 17 of 18 examples. Bring my guitar back into normal tuning. So, I want that to be good. Should use my tuner. Hopefully, again, make sure you tune up with your electric tuner before you start trying to play along. Phew, I sound like I'm out a little bit. Let's see. I'm going to do this. I'm just going to keep going for time's sake, but this is another one. A little finger picking. I use a thumb pick, and a finger, just a flat pick, and your fingers. So right here, that's a major 7 chord. The first chord is a regular C. The second one is a major 7, C major 7. Okay, so you probably recognized little segments there, here and there, and that was about 18 little samples. And so, jumping back to our first page, I think, oh golly, what did I go over? The first page was chords, major 7 and minor 7 chords that can be played open, with open strings, okay? So they're in this kind of first position, loosely speaking. You play, here's a F major 7. And here's a C major 7. And here's one you probably all know from A minor you go to. So third one over in the book, third one from the left top, A minor 7. A lot of people memorize that pretty quickly because A minor is this. And you just lift your ring, you have A minor 7. E minor 7 in this open position I don't find particularly useful. It is one, and if you don't play the high E, it sounds like this. That's the top example, first line, and to the right. and right under it is one just allowing the high E string to ring because it doesn't clash. So the whole bottom row or second row on this first page is chords where you can let it ring, let other strings ring open. So instead of the top one, F major 7, going back to that upper left, you have, excuse me, because you do want the top string to ring there. I was letting the A string ring on the low, which is a little bit not, how do I say it, copacetic. Boy, I haven't used that word much. It ain't right. How's that? To have the low A ring, you want your root note to be what the root of the chord is. So if it's F major 7, you want F to be your low string. So moving along, we have the upper C major 7 open, and I'm not playing the high E string, and then letting it ring. Okay. Woo, letting it ring there. Same way with the A minor 7, top one, you could go. Okay. And then a little darker sounding, a little more jangly and open with the high E ringing. And same with this E minor 7. Top, a little darker, and a little, it's really neither right nor wrong because there you are duplicating notes, okay? What do I want to bring to the attention? The lowercase and the uppercase M's and all, meaning major 7 if it's a, capital M, and the lowercase m means minor 7, okay? Like here, okay? Now here we go into these movable chords. So to find these minor 7ths, and this starts with like let's do an A chord that probably. If you've been playing a while, an A chord, and where 1, 2, and 3 go. So if you take your index finger, which is kind of in the middle there, on the G string, the A note, take it down 1, and you get this. Really pretty, huh? You'll hear this progression a lot. Right, but A major 7, that's the next one to it. You can see, looking at the page, this is on the second page now, that's an A major 7. Now, we're going to go to, I'm going to move second row at the far left. We're going to go B flat, and I'm going to assume you notice some bar chords too. Okay, so there's B flat, and you move to the right of it, and you'll notice it's doing the same thing as above. We've just moved everything from A up to B flat. And so if A does this, to go from A to A major 7, you're going to go from B flat. You're going to do the same thing. You got to use different fingers, but it's shown for you there on the page. And now it just jumped up 2 more frets to a C. So you do that. There's a barred C, and then these. And it's the third row down, second one in. And you'll notice on the bottom it says the root note on these is on the A string, which is a critical thing to know. So when you're in your open A chord, the root is at low A, right? Low A string. And then A major 7 there, root's low. B flat and B minor 7. B flat minor 7. That's the B flat. Did I say B flat? Yeah. So, and moving up 2 frets to C. A, B flat, B, C. Have your C chord and C major 7, okay? And the root is here. Okay, I think that's covering those pretty good. The 2, say, columns, up and down, the first one and the second one. Now we're going to move over to another voicing of the F major 7, where let's start with an A minor chord, or I said F major 7, I think, just of the major 7 chord. So we're going to start using an A minor, which I think everybody knows, right? Okay, or just not hitting the 2 E strings. It's just like this. Okay. So now, what you want to do, if you notice below it, I said I have right below the A minor, I have step 1 to root on low E major 7 chord. Okay. So let's see, the low E string. Okay. The root is on the low E. So for F major 7, root is on the F, and basically I'm wanting you to take your A minor chord. I know I'm getting a little confused here and might be hard to follow, but take your A minor chord, and I have step 1 is, if you notice, changing, just staying with the A minor chord but changing your fingering around. So you have 2nd, 3rd, 4th, playing A minor, okay? Now the upper right chord shows step 2, which is taking you to, now this is a new voice for a major 7th chord, okay? Your root is on the low E, and it's an F, and the rest of it's kind of like your A minor chord, except you have to mute this A string, okay? So you don't really want it to ring. You want the low F2 and the 4 or the 3 above it, okay? So you get, so, and you can kind of do, I kind of do this like kind of, I pick the low string and the high strings, kind of, I mean, you're going to strum them sometimes, so you need to learn how to mute here, okay? But so that's the F major 7 in that voicing, okay? Then I moved up, if you go down the right edge of the page, you go to F sharp major 7, which is moving everything up. You're still muting that A string, but now you're on F sharp, which is on the low E string. It's the F sharp note. That's how you know what chord you're at in this voicing. But you're kind of moving this A minor thing up. F sharp, and then you go down one more, and it's the G minor, or G major 7. Okay. So let's go with C, and this isn't even on the page, but I just figured out, well, one of them is. The 3rd row down and the 2nd one in is the C major 7. This voicing. Okay. And then if we want to do that, on the that's C, the root is on the A string. Now we want to do the other voicing, like this one. Let's take it up to the, how do we know to do that? E, F, G, A, B, C. So you have to see, so you have to know that C is your, you know, your dots, 3, 5, and 7. So it's 8. C is the 8th note on your low E. So then you do that same chord there, muting the A string, playing that same position. Lo and behold, it sounds like the major 7 there, right? So we're going to do one more major 7. I'm running out of time fast. Think how long this would take. So these are, this is the one that said one more major 7 voicing at the bottom there. Can you see it? Hopefully. It's the 3rd of 4 pages, I think. So what are we trying to discover here? The do I have time? I might. The F major 7, we'll go to that since it's an open F major 7. That was one we've learned. So if you moved everything up 1 fret, these would all come up like this, right? But the open E would have to become an F, right? So, and this is, I called it the stair step. See at the bottom of the page, stair step major 7, and the root's based on the high E string, okay? But there's a little trick to this. So for F major 7, say you want to do F sharp major 7. You come up 1, right? Okay, does that make sense? So you have to change, you can't use your same fingers, you gotta change them and move up 1. Whoops. Okay, that was in one of the little examples I should. So there's that. And let's move up 1 more, and this is G major 7. And I'm going to move up 2 more, A major 7. Now, what's the trick to it? The root is based on the high E string, okay? But it's always, I got to explain this fast because I'm running out of my 15-minute segment. This is trickier than I thought. So F major 7, you're playing an E. F sharp major 7, you're playing an F. G major 7, you're playing an F sharp on the high E, okay? So it's always 1 note lower, and there's some explanation to that on the page, I believe. So I'll try to explain that completely here as I go to the 3rd installment of this, okay?